Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Good to see you. All right, let's see who's in the chat quick, and then we'll get into the topics at hand. Yes, FTX 2.0. I was kind of shocked when I read it myself. All right, let's see. Automatic Beats. What's up, buddy? Claus Crypto. Good to see you. Backwards Miner. Yeti. Chadwick's Racing. Alexander. Good morning. Zapirate. Ovalbore Tech. I know you're always waiting for me. I'm sorry, buddy. Royce. Good to see you. My man, Yeti. Let's see. Did I already say that? I probably already said it twice. Good to see everybody. Points, what's up, man? Good to see everybody. All right, Galaxy, appreciate you. Okay, let's get into this. Sorry if I missed anybody in the chat, but I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. Dom G, my man, appreciate you. All right, let's get into this. So first things first, the market, BTC 27.3, not too bad. Ethereum 18.54, overall pretty decent. Doge still 7 cents. We got Litecoin 91, not bad. ETC 18. Man, ETC needs to do something, man. We need some good mining to come back for these GPUs. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I definitely said your name twice. I knew I did. Yeti's excited. He's excited for today's interview. By the way, if you guys don't know, we're having a live interview with Dynex, or Sumi from Dynex, which is like the head developer or whatever over there. We're going to be asking him live questions. So if you guys are at all in, like, I guess, kind of questioning Dynex, make sure you guys show up at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today and ask any questions you guys want. So we didn't give him any like pre-questions. I want to make sure that everything's like off the cuff and he can answer it right away. Don't spill your coffee. I see it rimming. Yeah, it is like super high. I just made it and ran down here. That's why I was late. I needed to get another cup though. All right, crypto bubbles. Let's see what's up on the day. So this is the day. What is happening? Look at this. 14 point. I'm going to blow this up actually. 14.8% the FTT token. Interesting, huh? Kava 15.8, renders up 7% today. On the week, renders up 41.6%. Jeez, Mr. DJ sold his bag and I sold mine, so that sucks for both of us. Over the month, Pepe still up 381, but I guess I don't know, there's gonna be some downturns for Pepe, they were saying, or some people were saying. It's a couple articles. All right, let's get to the fear and greed index. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a dark mode. Fear and greed is 50, neutral. Again, everything's still pretty much neutral. Greed last month, but it was only 56, so it's not really anything too significant. Top 10 coins, looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Cardano, Lido Staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Polygon, as usual. Top 10 coins. Let's see, 24 hours. Immutable X, what's this? 7.4%. Conflux is up 7.2 if anybody's mining Conflux. Kava 6.8, Neo 6.6, Toncoin 6.3. Is this the coin that we were mining not too long ago because they had to catch up or something on their blocks? Is that the one? Does anybody know in the chat? Let me know. Interested. Render again 5.9, 24 hours. Man, 7 days. Render's been killing it. Damn, I want to see. I wonder if I can get a hold of these developers. I'm gonna see if I can do that actually, because I'm really interested to know how that whole thing goes. All right, let me turn on this live chat here on the screen. All right, let's get into this. Is the article from today. So this is what I was talking about. I read this morning. It was put out like 3 hours ago. FTX 2.0 launching soon. Court filing shows reboot plan in the works. Like what? What do you mean reboot plan for this freaking scam of a company? How is this even a thing? How is this possible? Let's see real quick in the chat. MC Crypto Junkie says, do you have issues unloading coins off ledger? Anyone in the chat? I tried for 2 days and it won't let me. What do you mean? Really? Why? I hope not. I haven't tried to take mine off yet, in lieu of panicking with this whole the whole, you know, kind of upgrade or whatever the hell they call it, optional upgrade with the sharding. I haven't tried though. Yeah, it's stuck, boss. Dude, that's terrible. Does anybody know? Has anybody moved their coins off a ledger actually in the chat? That's really interesting. We're going to talk about that a little bit here. Actually, Coin Bureau has a good video we're going to watch and see, but that's kind of crazy. We got your keys. Perfect. All right, let's get into this. So again, the FTX, it says the new FTX CEO has undertaken a series of meetings over the past month to work on relaunching the failed crypto exchange by entering into a bidding process. What the hell that means. Bankrupt CEO exchange. Let me blow this up a bit. There we go. Bankrupt CEO exchange FTX's revival plans could soon become a reality. Sorry. As the new CEO, John Ray, is working to reboot plan per the latest court filings. It says in May 22nd. Why do they say that so weird? Can they just say, I don't know, whatever. May 22nd, court filing reviewed by Cointelegraph, the FTX team shared a compensation report highlighting the work done by Ray during the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The review report mentioned a series of activities undertaken by Ray to ensure the debtor's best interests. However, the mention of rebooting FTX caught the crypto community's attention. Ray first talked about rebooting the troubled crypto exchange in January. At the time, news reports suggested that the bankrupt crypto exchange had discovered $5.5 billion in liquid assets, with the new CEO working with creditors on a revival plan. In April, another report suggested that exchange had recovered $7.3 billion in assets, and the FTX team plans to restart the exchange by the second quarter of 2024. I don't understand. Like, what do they think they could just spend this $7.3 billion to restart the exchange? Like, what? Shouldn't you be paying people back? Is it just me, or am I drunk? Should they be paying people back with this money? I mean, I guess you probably can't pay everybody back, but is there, like, I guess a bigger plan to think that they can eventually pay everybody back if that's the deal? I guess they can get it back up and running. The latest court filings, it says the latest court filing document suggests a reboot plan is definitely under consideration. The court document highlighted that the new CEO had scheduled a series of meetings with creditors and debtors in the past month. Let's see. FTX CEO John Ray III confirms FTX 2.0 plans. Jeez, look at this. They have a whole breakdown right here. Review and comment on the 2.0 bidder list, emails. Dude, this is so wild to me. Like, how is this even allowed? I don't understand it. You also want to show off the new bits on the auto website. Yeah, Yeti, we can do that later on. I picked up the L3s this morning. Powermine's Crypto. Congrats, buddy. Congrats. What do you guys think about this? This is freaking weird, huh? Some key topics of the meeting involved planning for structuring the exchange, reviewing plans for restarting the exchange, and finalizing the material required for rebooting the crypto exchange. As FTX 2.0, according to the document, it appears FTX will be entering a bidding process. Like, what is happening? What is happening? The news about the FTX reboot also boosted the price of the native FTX token, which jumped by over 13% as news about the relaunch became public. That's the shit that we just looked at right here. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know. Anybody that's still buying that, just I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. The court document brought relief to the crypto community, with many laudings Ray's efforts to revive the exchange that owes billions to its creditors. Popular crypto Twitter influencer Degen Spartan claimed that FTX 2.0 could be the maximum path to recovery for all parties involved. So I guess we're just gonna have to see what comes of this. I guess we're just gonna have to see, because this is kind of I don't know, this is kind of weird. I guess he goes on and says he stated that many creditors would sell cheaply just to get out of those pools of assets, and it could eventually turn the crypto exchange solvent again. However, not everyone was as keen on the reboot process, as many claimed that the origin of the exchange itself was based on a fraudulent philosophy. One Twitter user said allowing FTX to resume operations would be a sinister move. FTX literally has blood on its hands from all of the plucking they have done to our industry, the user said. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. What do you guys think? Is anybody else buying into this let's start up FTX 2.0 bullshit. I don't think that's a good idea. But that's again, I wasn't involved in the first FTX, so I'm not going to be involved in the next. Just being honest. Let's see what you guys say about this. We're going to get into Mr. Coin Bureau over here. Guy is going to give us some news about Ledger, Tether's BTC, XRP, Render, InGen, and more. So yeah, I want to see what he has to say, and he actually goes over the Ledger stuff quite a bit. So that's kind of a good thing to kind of, I guess, get across as well. Ted said most likely the big. Hold on. Most likely to get a % of the FTX reboot. You think so? You think so, Ted? Most likely the big debtors are most likely going to get a % of FTX to reboot. So you're saying like they'll have a percentage of the company? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say here, Ted? It feels like a Monday for me. Yeah, it's a Tuesday, but it's a Monday for sure. It's a Monday feel. I was out all weekend with some friends, off grid pretty much. Good to disconnect every now and then. Yeah, you need that. Your brain needs it sometimes. Crypto Craig, appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's get into this stuff. You guys, if you want to talk, feel free to just at me in the chat. If you guys have any questions, you want to talk about anything, I'll pause this here and there as we go. I'm gonna push it to, let's see, 1.25 speed. So if it's a little fast for anybody, please let me know. But this is Guy over at Coin Bureau. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him, and let's see what he has to say on his crypto news today. This was posted yesterday, but it's very relevant. Good morning. Way too fast for you. Good to see you, buddy.
Welcome to the Coin Bureau Weekly News Roundup. Here are the top stories in crypto this week. Crypto market chop. Coins and tokens trade sideways as investors digest the Fed's desire for more rate hikes and US politicians debate the debt ceiling. Why this could make or break the recent rally. Tether's BTC buys. Crypto's largest stablecoin issuer announces it will use a portion of its monthly profits to stack sats after revealing record Q1 revenues. How could this impact the market? Ripple versus SEC. XRP's creator convinces the judge to force Gary Gensler and his gang to unseal sensitive documents that could shake up the crypto industry. When will we know what's in them? Important CBDC updates. Fed officials question the need for these dystopian digital currencies, while Australia and Singapore test them for cross-border payments. Which cryptos could benefit?
Interesting.
Not your keys. Ledger's new recovery feature for its hardware wallets causes chaos and confusion in the crypto community, raising questions about a secret backdoor. Everything you need to know. And a closer look at last week's top performing cryptos and where they could be headed next. All this and more in just a moment. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Guy. None of what follows is financial advice, and here is the news. Last week, the crypto market went mostly sideways. This seems to have been due to a general lack of catalysts that would take coins and tokens higher or lower. The only factors that appear to play a role could have been the possibility of another Fed hike and the possibility of a debt ceiling deal before the 1st of June deadline. As some of you may have seen, Fed officials have been coming out and signaling that they're interested in raising interest rates by another 0.25% in June. Now, this came as a surprise because investors were expecting a pause. As a result, the markets, including crypto, dipped in response to these comments.
What do you guys think? You think there's going to be another raise in the rate, or you think it's going to be just kind of sideways and pause for a bit? Because I heard it was going to pause, but apparently we could be wrong.
If you watched our video about Jerome Powell's most recent press conference, however, you'll know that the Fed's decision to raise rates ultimately depends on the incoming data. Core inflation figures for April were still pretty elevated, so it's not that surprising that Fed officials are being more hawkish. In any case, on the other side of the equation, we have the debt ceiling. Every time there was news that US politicians had made progress on raising the debt ceiling, the markets, including crypto, would see a small rally in response. This is surprising, considering the effects this would have on market liquidity. You see, the moment that the debt ceiling is raised, the US Treasury Department will begin issuing hundreds of billions of dollars of US bonds to refill its bank account at the Fed. The practical effect of this will be to suck hundreds of billions of dollars out of the market. This will affect risk assets the most. Now, obviously, a failure to raise the debt ceiling would do even more damage. For context, the last time the US government came close to a default was in 2011, and the stock market dropped by 17% in response. Given that the crypto market has twice the volatility, this could result in a flash crash of almost 40%. There are just two caveats here. The first is that the US isn't the only driver of market liquidity, especially in crypto. There could be other sources of liquidity that keep the crypto market propped up while the Treasury refills its bank account, such as retail trading in Hong Kong starting from the 1st of June. The second caveat is that a failure to raise the debt ceiling would likely result in immediate easing from the Fed, meaning lower interest rates and quantitative easing, aka buying up assets.
And that's not what they want, right?
This would, of course, have a stimulative effect on the markets and would be rocket fuel for risk assets like crypto.
Yeah.
In sum, then, it's unclear exactly how the debt ceiling will affect the crypto market, but we could find out as soon as this week. That's because the Treasury is running out of money, and it's possible that the actual deadline could be a bit sooner than the 1st of June.
That's a good point, though. Like, if they don't raise it, crypto assets could just go insane, right? Because they're going to have to ease up on everything, and that's not what they want. That's like the last thing they want, right? Mr. Mindsome10 says, good morning. I'm up a little early today. No worries, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out with us.
It's best to be prepared for lots of crypto market volatility. Now, this ties in to what's been going on with Tether. The stablecoin issuer recently revealed that it had made record profits of $1.5 billion in Q1 this year. This is because of all the interest it's been earning on the assets backing USDT. USDT and other stablecoins are, of course, backed mainly by US government debt. Logically, this adds another dimension of risk to the debt ceiling debate. Any volatility in the US bond market due to the debt ceiling could lead to concerns about the collateral backing USDT and other stablecoins. This could result in a run on some of the major stablecoins, causing them to depeg. Now, the good news is that Circle has already adjusted its reserves to hedge against this possibility. The bad news is that it's not clear if Tether has done the same. This is concerning because its Q1 earnings note that almost 10% of the USDT in circulation was backed by money held in money market funds. For reference, money market funds invest in a range of risk-free debt instruments, including US government debt. If there is excessive volatility in the US bond market, it's possible that money market funds could stop withdrawals. This could cause USDT to depeg due to redemption concerns, which would be devastating for the market. However, this assumes that US politicians will prolong the debt ceiling debate until there is a technical default. This is extremely unlikely, given that it's not in the interests of either side. It's much more likely that the debt ceiling will be raised, and this is where Tether could step in and save the day. That's because Tether has announced that it will begin using up to 15% of its monthly profits to buy BTC. These BTC buys could serve as an additional source of liquidity that keeps the crypto market propped up while the Treasury sucks money out of the other markets to refill its bank account at the Fed. The caveat here is that the propping up would apply primarily to BTC, not to altcoins. This means that altcoins would likely continue to suffer. On that note, the absence of altcoin participation in the recent rally and the likelihood that they will continue to suffer are two signs that the crypto bull market isn't back yet. You can learn more about that using the link in the description. Now, what's crazy is that Tether is buying BTC using the interest from US government debt. In other words, the US government's own money is being used to prop up the crypto market. Now, I don't imagine the US government is all that happy about this, and it begs the question of what it will do about it, if anything. Given that Tether is based overseas, a regulatory crackdown isn't possible. However, the US government could respond indirectly by trying to seize or freeze any assets Tether holds in the United States. Tether aside, it's clear that US regulators have no scruples when it comes to cracking down on crypto. This has been clear ever since the SEC sued Ripple over its sales of XRP in December 2020. It's been over 2.5 long years, and it now seems that the SEC can't delay the outcome for much longer. That's because Ripple convinced the court to force the SEC to unseal the Hinman documents. Now, for those unfamiliar, Bill Hinman is a former SEC director who famously said that Ethereum's ETH was not a security because it was, quote, sufficiently decentralized. To this day, nobody knows what that means. This is
Get that guy back in the office. Screw Gary.
Why unsealing the Hinman documents is so significant. It will reveal the SEC's discussions about ETH status after Bill's famous speech. Ripple's defense hopes that the SEC's reasoning will be applicable to XRP. If it is, then Ripple and its executives would be off the hook. The SEC would lose. It's believed that this is why the SEC has been fighting so hard to keep the Hinman document sealed. Some also believe that the SEC was in cahoots with Ethereum's biggest backers to protect ETH and attack its biggest competitors, which includes XRP. However, I don't believe this conspiracy is true. This is because there's an even bigger conspiracy that's been brought to light since the start of the year. In case you haven't noticed, US regulators have been cracking down on crypto companies and projects that compete with the Fed's upcoming FedNow payment system, basically a CBDC prototype. If you've watched any of our recent videos about the ongoing crypto crackdown, you'll know that US regulators are targeting banks with 24/7 payment networks. You'll also know that US regulators are currently scrutinizing stablecoin issuers. Now, this makes sense considering stablecoins are digital dollars. And now consider this. The biggest competitor to stablecoins was, or rather is, XRP. This was mentioned by Avalanche founder Emin Gün Sirer, and I'll never forget it. I'll also never forget the zero-fee international transaction feature introduced by Coinbase in 2019, which leveraged, you guessed it, XRP and USDC. Put simply, it appears that XRP was seen as the primary competitor to the payment systems being set up by central banks around the world. It was also seen as the primary competitor to stablecoins, some of whom have been explicit about their intentions to become CBDCs.
You guys own any Ripple? You guys in the chat? I'm just curious to know if I want to know, like, if they win against the SEC, Ripple's probably going to explode in price. I mean, that would be my guess. So, not financial advice, but it's pretty cheap right now, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the chat if you guys know how much it is. I'll look after. F Ripple, says Yankee. I have some from like when I first got into crypto, but that's about it. I haven't invested in it since, obviously, because of this whole lawsuit thing. So it's just kind of hanging around, this small bag I got just somewhere, you know?
This could be why XRP was targeted. We'll find out if either of these conspiracies are true when the Hinman documents are made public. What's odd is that this was initially supposed to happen by the 6th of June, but both Ripple and the SEC delayed the public release to the 13th of June to give both parties more time to redact sensitive information. This has led to speculation about what's in these documents, but one thing is for certain. The 13th of June is going to be an insanely volatile day for crypto. Besides the Hinman documents, the inflation figures for May will be released, and the very next day, the Fed will announce its interest rate decision. What a time to be alive.
It's at 46 cents right now, said Patrick Murphy. Thanks, buddy. Let's see. My XRP is over 5 years old, I think. NerdBeast, probably the same for me, actually. I mean, why is it... All right, so real question, though. Why does everybody hate on Ripple so bad? Is there, like, a real reason? Just wondering. Does anybody here know? Like, is there... If you have a reason that you hate Ripple, please throw it in the chat. And don't just say, like, you know, a YouTuber. Please. But, no, for real. Like, does Ripple have good potential? Who knows? I honestly don't know. Hard to buy, says Ethan. Yeah, well, I mean, I bought it back when you still could over on Coinbase and it wasn't an issue, right? So, yeah, now it's probably a little difficult, but I don't know. Either way, I just thought it was interesting.
Speaking of the Fed, not all of its officials are on board with the idea of a CBDC. Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari is one of them, and he recently questioned why a CBDC is needed if there are already instant payment platforms like Venmo. He's also aware of the privacy and programmability concerns. Now, if you watched our recent video about the digital euro, you'll know that central banks' definition of privacy includes sharing data with the government, just not with private companies. You'll also know that the ECB created a new definition of programmability so it can claim its CBDC is not programmable. Meanwhile, in Australia, 2 tech companies successfully executed a forex trade using the country's upcoming CBDC. What's scary...
Oh, real quick, sorry, I didn't mean to pause it like mid-sentence, but Mr. Nah City said you can mine XRP on unMineable. Interesting, I didn't even know it was on there, to be honest. I guess I just never looked for it, but that's kind of cool. I mean, if you guys want to get a bag, but I mean, I don't recommend getting into anything that's just kind of hyped, just because, you know, you never know. I would wait until you get like an answer, but that's how people make money, man. Like whales, once good news comes out, whales will just dump into something that, you know, I don't know, to make money. They see a good opportunity, they'll dump into it to make some money, and then they'll jump right out of it. So buy the rumor, sell the news type deal. Just be careful, be mindful, sell it if you're going to invest into it once they beat the SEC. That would be my opinion.
Is that the other digital currency in the Forex trade was Circle's USDC. Remember what I said about some stablecoin issuers wanting to become CBDCs? Probably nothing. More about Circle's CBDC plans using...
I love that shirt, Crypto King. That's great.
...the link in the description. I digress. Now, the silver lining is that the tech companies used a custom privacy-focused Ethereum Layer 2 for this Forex trade. This is not only bullish for Ethereum's Layer 2s, but also for crypto privacy. People forget that institutions want financial privacy more than anyone else, and that includes central banks. Across the water in Singapore, meanwhile, the country's monetary authority published the results of its cross-border CBDC pilot with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Not surprisingly, they found that using distributed ledger technology like blockchain could significantly improve cross-currency settlement. Now, this news is more significant than you think because it underscores the idea that Singapore is on the same page as the United States when it comes to crypto. At the same time, however, the city-state must remain competitive with its neighbours who have been embracing crypto, namely Hong Kong.
What is happening in that picture? Is that real? That's not real, is it? Does anybody know? That's crazy looking. I don't know what's happening. It looks like a boat on top of buildings. I'm so confused.
What's fascinating is that Ripple is reportedly planning on revealing its new CBDC platform to Hong Kong authorities in a bid to secure a contract to build the city-state's digital Hong Kong dollar.
It's real. Interesting. I never seen that. That's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, it's a rooftop pool. Nuh-uh. Is it really? That's so crazy.
Lo and behold, Ripple's new CBDC platform is based on the same technology as the XRP ledger. Probably nothing. In all seriousness, it's clear that some cryptocurrencies are going to play a key role in CBDCs around the world. What's less clear is whether central banks will feel comfortable leveraging the public and permissionless versions of these cryptos. It seems they may opt for private and permissioned versions of the same tech. This is important to point out because it means that any pumps associated with CBDC partnerships will be based purely on speculation, not fundamentals. If the central banks aren't using ETH or XRP to pay for transaction fees, then it won't exactly be beneficial for either, just proof that they work. That said, as time goes on, central banks will likely demand that these CBDC transactions take place on credibly neutral networks. After all, the ability to seize and freeze assets will become exponentially easier as CBDCs become integrated with the financial system, and most other assets become tokenized. With a bit of luck, public and permissionless blockchains will have evolved to a point that financial institutions feel more comfortable using them than their private and permissioned versions. This will take many years, and we crypto holders are aware of this. That is why we hodl using hardware wallets. Which, of course...
Oh boy, getting into ledger stuff. All right, so this is like, I don't know. Anyways, I know a lot of you guys don't use ledger. I know people feel indifferent about the whole situation. But what he says here, everything's pretty much true. So I guess just listen to it and debate in the chat if you'd like. But someone did say they had issues sending out their funds from their ledger this morning. So if anybody is new or just showed up here, can you guys let me know if you guys have issues sending out money from your ledger or crypto from your ledger? That's it's something that I didn't even think was a problem. I don't know why it would be a problem. It doesn't really make much sense to me why you wouldn't be able to send it out. But yeah, let me know if you guys had done it or can't do it because of issues. I'm interested to know. All right, let's hear what he has to say about it.
Relates to the final story I want to cover today, and that's Ledger's new Recover service. In short, Ledger Recover allows you to recover your crypto if you lose your seed phrase. This is done by sending a portion of your seed phrase, called a shard, to 3 trusted parties and providing KYC to prove your identity to them.
Real quick, those 3 trusted parties, I heard they identified 2 and they won't tell you who the third one is.
Now, this came as a shock to the crypto community because many were under the impression that Ledger devices were incapable of sharing a user's seed phrase with third parties. Although the Recover service is opt-in only, the fact that Ledger devices had this ability at all started to raise questions and concerns.
That's the problem.
It didn't take long before the crypto community started asking if it was possible for Ledger or another third party to access the seed phrase from their hardware wallets. Many were also wondering whether the third parties in the Recover service could be compelled by authorities to provide seed phrases. Now, Ledger's answer to the first question was no. Nobody can access the seed phrase from your hardware wallet unless you consent to it as part of the Recover service. The problem is that Ledger's code is closed source, meaning that you must trust that the company is telling the truth. You
Trust me, bro. That's one of them. Just trust me. It's all right.
can't verify it for yourself. To put things into perspective, other hardware wallets have similar seed phrase sharing functionality. The difference is that this seed phrase sharing functionality is open source, meaning anyone can verify that the company can't access your seed phrase, nor can a third party access it through an exploit. Ledger's answer to the second question...
That was interesting. I didn't know that. I want to hear what he just said about that again.
To put things into perspective, other hardware wallets have similar seed phrase sharing functionality. The difference is that this seed phrase sharing functionality is open source, meaning anyone can verify that the company can't access your seed phrase.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that?
Nor can a third party access it through an exploit.
So they can't, you can see that they can't access it, but with a ledger you can't because it's closed source. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Ledger's answer to the second question was yes. If you subscribe to the Recover service and happen to be the subject of a law enforcement investigation, authorities can compel the third parties to assemble your seed phrase and fork over your crypto. This...
Really? Did you guys hear that? Max, you here? Max doesn't want to believe this.
This makes sense.
Just so you guys know, this is the co-founder and former CEO and former chairman. This does not mean that he has nothing to do with Ledger. Just so you guys know, this is just a former CEO, but he still co-founded the company.
Considering they're technically custodians. Even so, Ledger's communication made its answers to these questions much more complicated than they needed to be. If you're on crypto Twitter, chances are you saw screenshots of Ledger's tweets and Reddit replies, which couldn't have been worded any worse.
Oh, it's terrible.
These just added fuel to the fire. For example, quote, "Technically speaking, it is and always has been possible to write firmware that facilitates key extraction. You have always trusted Ledger not to deploy such firmware, whether you know it or not. Naturally, this led to the question of whether authorities could compel Ledger to do this. Regardless, it's clear that Ledger missed the mark, and CoinDesk put...
You know that like saying like what you don't know don't hurt you? Like that's exactly how I feel about this whole situation. Like I would just rather not just don't say that. I would rather have not read that or heard it anywhere. You know what I mean? Because that just puts FUD in your brain. You know, now fear, uncertainty, and doubt about this entire thing, or any hardware wallet for that matter. That's the problem here.
Put it best. Quote, "It's not enough to be technically correct, especially in a crisis. As crypto attracts more and more users with limited technical knowledge, it's more important than ever to communicate clearly and carefully." Now, I'll be doing a separate video on this Ledger incident later this week, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Ooh, interesting.
As to whether you should continue using a Ledger device, well, that choice is yours.
So I want to elaborate on that a little bit. When it comes to the Ledger, like, I don't think it's unsafe to keep your stuff there right now. Just don't plug it in and update it. That would be my opinion, right? So I haven't like panicked and moved my stuff. There's no reason to, because it's still safe as far as I'm concerned. But when I plug it in, I don't know how safe it'll be after that. It is super concerning, the fact that, you know, they can shard your seed phrase out of these wallets, and it's... Yeah, I didn't know that about the Tangem Wallet and all that. I mean, not Tangem, the Trezor Wallet and all that stuff, that it was open source and Ledger's closed source. So you can see that they can't take your seed phrase, and here you can't, which is kind of, that is really neat to me, to be honest. But I don't know. You guys do what you want. Just, I don't think, I don't know. Don't panic. That would be my 2 cents on it.
If you think you can trust Ledger with your crypto, then, well, continue using their devices. If you're looking to diversify your hardware wallet portfolio, we have massive discounts on the best ones, and you can find those on the Coin Bureau deals page, which will be down in the description.
That was the nicest shill ever. Yeah, he told you to buy a wallet in his link without telling you to buy a wallet in his link. That was perfect. I love this guy, dude. He's so awesome.
So, turning to the charts, you can see that BTC is painting a bear flag on the weekly. If it plays out this week, BTC could fall as low as 24K. If it doesn't, BTC could bounce back up to 28K and even retest the recent high of 31K. Note that leverage trading volatility could take it in either direction temporarily. As for ETH, it's been painting an ascending triangle against BTC on the daily. If it breaks out to the upside, ETH could see a significant gain against BTC, potentially touching 0.07 BTC. What's interesting is that ETH's strength against BTC tends to rise during times of market volatility due to stablecoin demand. As such, ETH's ascending triangle could be additional evidence that the crypto market is about to see a correction. Then again, the volatility could just as easily go in the other direction. In the case of ETH, a break to the downside would bring it back to its recent lows of around 0.63 BTC, while BTC itself rises. Now, last week's top-performing cryptos were Render Network, Mask Network, Synthetics, Injective Protocol, and Conflux, a peculiar combination. So, starting with Render Network, its Render token appears to have pumped because of the recent release of Pudgy Penguin's new physical toys. Render Network noted in a tweet that it had helped animate the promo video for the toys. Render
Pudgy Penguin's toys? Like what? That's a thing?
Also announced the launch of the Render Foundation website. Now, I must admit that Render's recent price action has been impressive. Some of you might recall that it was in a strong uptrend that seemed to have petered out a couple of weeks ago. Last week's rally could either be a resumption of this uptrend or a double top that will confirm the recent correction.
That actually, that little chart that he just showed, that looks like it's legit on a good, it hasn't like broken. It looks like a nice line, right? I mean, I guess we'll have to see, but yeah, it could be a double top. I see what he's saying there.
Last week's rally could either be a resumption of this uptrend or a double top that will confirm the recent correction. Next up, we have Mask Network, whose Mask token appears to have pumped because of the project's involvement in the Open Network, aka TON, the crypto project that leverages Telegram. As part of the investment, the two projects will work together to build decentralized social media solutions. That reminds me of the recent video we did about the crypto niches to watch during the next bull market. Decentralized social media was one of them. Be sure to check out that video using the link in the description. Now, as you can see, the Mask token is facing significant resistance on the weekly chart, and the same can be seen on the daily. This suggests a reversal is imminent, and the recent announcement that OKX had sent millions in Mask tokens to Alameda Research for liquidation underscores this possibility. As for Synthetics, it's not entirely clear why its SNX token pumped. It appears to be due to a combination of Optimism's upcoming upgrade and a pending governance proposal to list Pepe perpetual futures.
Is anybody into that mask token? I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of it until right now. So interesting. Way too fast for you. Said it's a good bet long term.
Synthetics had also recently raised $20 million from crypto VCs, but that was way back in March. Whatever the cause, it's of little consequence. SNX has taken a beating from the bear market, and its recent rally faces lots of resistance. SNX looks dangerously close to retesting its December lows if it's not able to reverse the recent downtrend. Then, when it comes to Injective Protocol, it's likewise unclear why its INJ coin rallied recently. The project recently partnered with the Wormhole Bridge to boost crypto interoperability. Sentiment data from LunaCrush also suggests that there's been lots of social media hype around Injective of late. INJ's weekly price action has been impressive though, and it appears to have begun around the time that the project announced a Layer 2 testnet for Solana-based crypto projects. If INJ can hold the line around these levels, then it could rally by almost 2x. And
so, way too fast for you. Said Mask is a social media encryption tool. Interesting.
Finally, we have Conflux, whose CFX coin appears to have rallied in response to the news that Pyth Network had released a price feed for the CFX USD pair. This is more significant than you think. Pyth is a high-performance price oracle that's backed by big crypto VCs. This suggests that CFX is on their radar. Like INJ, CFX is sitting on a key level of around 30 cents. If it can hold this level, it will continue to rally. If it can't, it will continue its recent downtrend towards recent lows. CFX's recent lows are around 3 cents, so be careful out there. And if you want real-time updates about the top-performing altcoins and why they're rallying, be sure to check out the Coin Bureau Insider Telegram channel. The link will, of course, be in the description.
Awesome. That's going to be it from Mr. Guy over at Coin Bureau. Appreciate him for his outlook every day on the crypto space. That's awesome. Yeah, so his take on Ledger, I mean, again, if he's going to have a full video, so I can't wait to see that. We'll definitely dive into that at some point, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What about that Tangem wallet? How do you guys feel about that? So I made a video about it. I think DJ said he sent a lot of his stuff to it. The only thing that I have concerns with there is that doesn't really have a seed phrase either. But I guess it creates the seed phrase as soon as you scan the wallet or the card and make it activate, right? I just can you recover it somehow? Like, is there a way for them to steal that? I don't understand it. Matt K says you don't need a seed phrase for the Tangem. Yeah, I know you don't, but I don't understand if there's a way for them to get it. That makes sense. The seed is used to create your private keys anyways. Yes. Probably gonna try it, Dumpster Fire. What are you gonna try? The Tangem Wallet? Let's see. The seed is stored on the card itself. Yes, Yeti. Yeah, so there's no seed phrase. So you have a passcode that's like it's like a pin, basically, kind of like a debit card thing. So when you scan it, you have to scan the card and then you got to type in the pin. And then once you type in the pin, then it'll, access the wallet. It's just kind of weird, right? Let's see. Assume any wallet you didn't create has access to your funds. Mine some 10. Yes. I mean, that's now we have to think like that, right? Because personally, I never thought that way. I thought Ledger was safe. I didn't think my seed phrase was any type of in any way, shape, or form, out there to be snagged. Let's see. Yeti, Sadie, sometimes good to see you. Sid had a rig hit a block on your Caspa Addy a few hours ago. Oh damn, nice, man. That's awesome. You're mining to Yeti's wallet address. That's great. That's nice of you. Thank you so much, Sadie. Need the seed, Zakal Rosa. All right, do you guys have any questions? Oh, by the way, again, whoever's here, Dynex interview this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know where you guys are at or from, but Sumi from Dynex is going to be with myself and Yeti live. So if you guys have any questions, if you're concerned, mine some 10. I expect you to be there. I want questions. I want you to ask me hard questions so I can ask him on the spot. Okay? Please. I want you guys to be there. I really want everybody to ask as many questions as you guys can. It just makes sense to get it live, straight from the horse's mouth, and you know what I mean? There's no like preempt questions that he can just kind of, give us answers to, and nothing's going to be scripted. It's all literally right off the cuff. So it's going to be super interesting. And for anybody else that didn't see, let me get this. This is going to be a white screen. Apologize. 3, 2, 1, blinding. All right. FTX. This is the title of the video today, right? FTX 2.0 launching soon. Court filing shows a reboot plan in the works. So the new FTX CEO has undertaken a series of meetings over the past month to work on relaunching the failed crypto exchange by entering into a bidding process. This is so stupid, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this. It's just this guy, John Ray, is working on a reboot plan per the latest court filing. So if you guys want to read into this, I'm going to put this in the live chat. Feel free. It's also in the description below. So that's, yeah, I just didn't want anybody to think I didn't actually talk about that. It's just quite strange, a little interesting. All right, what else do we got? Any questions before I get out of here? Because I got to go start prepping for this Sumi thing, and I got to do, the daddy duty stuff. That's always tongue-tying every time. Crypto Claus says, there he is. Was wondering where you have been, Joker. Joker Miner, what's up? Good morning. Holy shit, I never see him in the morning. Good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're there this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Sumi from Dynex live on the channel. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Let me see if I can pull up the tab. Let me get this, show you guys this right here. So we're live now, but this is it. What is Dynex? Proof of useful work live AMA with Sumitomo. Is that how you say that? Sumitomo? I don't know. However you say his name, but this is it. So hopefully you guys will be there. I will share this with you guys, and I'll put out a post prior, but get your questions together and be ready to put them in the live chat. I'm going to get to as many as we can. If you guys have like specific, very important questions that you'd like me to ask, please send me a DM, and I promise I won't send them over to him first. I just want to have them so I can put them on a list for me that I know these are the questions I have to ask, because the live chat's going to be it's probably going to be crazy with questions. So I'm going to get to as many as I can, but there's only so much time in the day, which is, unfortunate. But good thing is my wife is actually going to take a short day, or she said she would. So she's going to try to come home so she can take care of the kids in case they wake up from their nap, so we don't get screwed up on that. Let's see. Mr. Yeti. Why didn't... Oh, here it is. Hold on. Boop. And over my face. Yeti wants me to show this. What am I showing, Yeti? What am I showing? So we have... This is Yeti's new website that he created for our Deep Dive Wednesdays. I'm trying to figure out how this works. So you can check the audits in database. So Yeti, question here. I was trying to mess with this yesterday. You have Pigeon Coin? What the hell? Oh, you did Pigeon Coin already? Nice. So Yeti's doing audits on certain coins and I guess just making sure the hardware wallets and stuff are safe. That's the plan anyway. So we'll go over this on Wednesday again. But there is a suggestion area, this one right here, where you guys can ask for hardware wallet, software wallet, cryptocurrency, whatever you guys want us to look into. But this is kind of cool, Yeti. Good stuff, man. I wish we could click on this, Mr. Yeti. How do you find all the coins we already did? The rug list, donations, suggestions. I'm trying to find out home. No. So how do I see the list of coins we already did, Yeti? I feel like I'm stupid right now. Click on the sidebar software wallet audits. Oh, damn. All right. I don't know why that's so... I got you. Okay. I don't know why that was so confusing, to be honest. So what's the home section for, Yeti? Is there any way you can show all the coins and it could just be like a huge scroll page? Because that'd be cool if it was like every one that you did like this. And we could just scroll down the sheet. You know what I mean? But that's kind of cool. So these are the wallets that we checked. All right. Past issues, Game Pass. All right. So I got you. But more or less, this is to make sure that the wallets are safe for you guys to download. I guess that would be the whole point of this, right? Because core wallets can have sometimes malicious features in them where you guys can get, you know, viruses or whatever, but we're downloading them on a VM to make sure that there is no viruses inside the core wallets and things like that. So this is pretty cool. Huge shout out to Yeti for doing this. Appreciate it, buddy. He'll be on this afternoon with me and Sumitomo from Dynex, and I'm super excited about it. So again, guys, get your questions in, send them over to me if you guys have super important questions. Mine's some 10. If you want, send me over a list of questions. I will take them out and just put them in like a notepad so I know what to ask. But yeah, just fair warning. Anything that anybody asks, I'm going to say who it's from and what the question is so we know. Unless you ask me not to mention your name, then I'll just say so-and-so, I don't know, anonymous question from whatever, somebody in the chat, and I'll read it that way. So just like specify if you guys don't want me to say who you are, if you guys are asking a specific question. Magic Lucky said, I agree with Chump Change on that tweak suggestion of the website, Yeti. I had the same issue navigating the site. Consider having the full list as the homepage, please. Yeah, that would be great. That would absolutely be great. Joker Miner said, he said, I'll DM you, Joker Miner, Mr. Yeti said. But that's kind of neat. Maybe watch DJ's Dynex video to get a baseline on the project, and we can ask some questions that may have not been asked already. Yes, so let's go. Actually, you know what? I'll do that. I'll put that in the chat. I'll put that in the chat, and I'll put that in the description below because DJ did have a good video with Mr. Sumitomo. But the big thing I want to ask is, did he have a voice changer, or does he have a voice changer? Because it sounded that way. This is DJ's video right here. Let me copy this link, but I'll show you guys this one right here. Sick ass thumbnail, by the way. And yeah, this is it. So here is the oh, never mind. Patrick Murphy, thank you so much, buddy. He put it in the chat already. So this is the Sumitomo Dynex interview with Mr. DJ Mines. So go check that out if you guys, you know, don't know much about it, and you guys can kind of get questions from there. I think that's probably the best way to gauge it. If you have time to listen to it, listen, come up with questions, and boom, that's that. All right, that's it. I'm out of here, guys. Hit that like button. Appreciate you all for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys have a good Tuesday. I'll see you again later on today, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't be late. I'll be on time, I promise. And I'll see you guys real soon. Peace out. Have a good day.